Good morning, student. You know that we have finished chapter number 3, that is photosynthesis and respiration in plants. Today I am going to summarize the whole chapter through some mind maps. So you will write the points in your copy and it will be easy for you to remember the chapter. So student, you know that what is photosynthesis? Photo means light and synthesis means putting together. So photosynthesis is the process in which plants prepare their own food with the help of sunlight in the presence of chlorophyll. So the carbon dioxide and water is used to manufacture glucose and oxygen in the presence of sunlight, that is solar energy, and in the presence of green pigment known as the chlorophyll. Now we will discuss the site of photosynthesis, means where actually the photosynthesis happen. We know that leaves are known as the kitchen of the plant. So photosynthetic reaction take place in the leaf. So leaves have the plastid, that plastids are known as the chloroplast. Chloroplast is green in color, which contain the green pigment known as the chlorophyll. So basically this is the structure of chloroplast. Chloroplast is made up of two parts. First one is the grana and next one is the stroma. Grana are the piles made up of thylakoids, and these piles or sac-like structure are filled with the chlorophyll. And stroma is the liquid matrix. You can see this is the liquid matrix and these are grana, the piles of thylakoids. And here actually the photosynthetic reaction take place. The thylakoid membrane contain protein complexes that have chlorophyll. Next, the pores present in plants. So what are the pores? Pores means the holes from where plants take in the carbon dioxide, means exchange of gases take place. So they have stomata. Stomata are generally mostly present in leaf and some green stems also. Stomata is singular, known as the stroma. They are made up of two guard cells. From these guard cells only the exchange of gases take place. The stomata open during the daytime and closes at the night. This is the diagram of a stroma. You can see this is a stomatal pore. It opens during the day from where exchange of gases take place, and it is surrounded by two guard cells, and during the night it closes. This is the outer wall and this is the inner wall of the guard cells. Next are the lenticels. Lenticels are pores which are generally present in stems, roots, tubers and the fruits. So from there also exchange of gases take place. And now the factor which affect the photosynthesis. So the factor which affect photosynthesis are light, means light is necessary for photosynthesis because in the presence of sunlight only the plants prepare their food. Then chlorophyll means the green pigment. These are the plastid where actually the photosynthetic reaction take place. Then carbon dioxide and water is also necessary. Then we will learn about the respiration. Students, we know that plant prepare their own food. Some of the food they have stored and some of the food they have utilized for their life process. So breakdown of food for energy is known as the respiration. Like organisms means living organisms, like animals, plants also respire, means there is two type of respiration in plants. One is the aerobic and second one is the anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means the respiration which occur in the presence of the oxygen, and anaerobic respiration is the respiration which occur in the absence of the oxygen. Generally all parts of the plant have the aerobic respiration, but in anaerobic respiration some of the part of the plant involved in the anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration generally occur in the waterlogged plant or plants which grow in the damp places, means in the wet places, which are grow inside the water. Next, the aerobic respiration, the glucose and oxygen break down to give carbon dioxide, water and energy. You can see better respiration is the opposite of photosynthesis. Here the end product is glucose and oxygen, and in respiration they are the reactant, means glucose and oxygen break down into carbon dioxide, water, energy. And here you can see the initial reactants are carbon dioxide and water, which was converted or transformed into glucose and oxygen. And student, here you can see in the aerobic respiration the end product is carbon dioxide, water and energy. But in anaerobic respiration oxygen is absent. Here you can see oxygen is absent and the end product is alcohol. Instead of water, the end product is alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. So this is the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. You can see aerobic respiration require oxygen but anaerobic occur without oxygen. Aerobic respiration, in aerobic respiration large amount of energy is produced, but anaerobic respiration as compared to the aerobic it produces less energy. The end product is carbon dioxide and water, but in anaerobic respiration the end product is carbon dioxide and alcohol. Then in the table 3.2 we can discuss about the difference between photosynthesis and respiration. So photosynthesis energy is used, but in respiration food is broken down to liberate the energy. Then photosynthesis light is required but respiration light is not required. That's why photosynthesis needs light, so that's why it is happen during the daytime. Then in photosynthesis photosynthesis carbon dioxide and water are the raw material, but in respiration glucose and oxygen are the raw material. These are opposite to each other. Photosynthesis occur only the cells of green part because chlorophyll is needed, but respiration can occur in all parts of the plant. Here we are discussing about the plant cells. Then the site for this process is chloroplast because chlorophyll is inside the chloroplast, and the site of process is cytoplasm and mitochondria. The cytoplasm is the place from where the respiration starts, and mitochondria is the place where the respiration ended. So beta mitochondria is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Photosynthesis occur during the day. Respiration can occur during the day as well as at night. So student, in the last para you can see respiration take place continuously while photosynthesis occur only during the day. In other words, we can say that respiration and photosynthesis go on simultaneously during the day. However, photosynthesis is a more vigorous of two processes, so only a part of the carbon dioxide required for photosynthesis come from the carbon dioxide produced during the respiration. The rest of is taken from air. On the other hand, the oxygen produced during the photosynthesis is only partly used for respiration. Most of the oxygen is expelled through the stomata. That's why we told that, always saying that plants are the which source of oxygen. Most of the oxygen expelled through the stomata, while some of it remain in the intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces means space between the two cells. The oxygen in the intercellular space is used for respiration at night when the stomata are closed, and oxygen is not produced during the photosynthesis. The carbon dioxide formed during respiration at night lies in the intercellular spaces to be utilized in the morning for photosynthesis. So student, what do you mean by this? Means oxygen, most of the oxygen come from the atmosphere for the process of photosynthesis. And here you can see the carbon dioxide formed during respiration. We know that the end product of respiration is carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide lies in the intercellular space to be utilized in the morning for the photosynthesis. But most of the supply is from the outside. And the oxygen produced during photosynthesis is only partly used for respiration. So most of the oxygen is expelled through the stomata. For respiration, we need less oxygen. That's why most of the oxygen is expelled through the stomata. So beta, you have to go through these points.